Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Blazing and this is Blueprints. Opening up today, we have new hints from the YouTube comments. And it's quite a baffling one, to be honest. It's very cryptic. I thought about it a good bit. I'm in a forest. I see trees with apples. Then in front of me I see a pedestal. It looks like it's pointing west. My tracker is beeping when my hand is pointing down. I see 3 rings. I use my magnifying glass. To look, I see lines that seem to go together, but after I'm done, I leave a scorch on 2 out of 3. Huh. So that's what we're starting the day off with. And another comment said we can solve the next step of the castle puzzle, but I mean, I'm solving what I can when I can. I'm not holding back. I'm just slow. I think. I don't know. I don't know how fast people generally play this game, but there's a lot in this game. I don't even know what we'd want to draft out here in the back. Like, honestly, this outer room has become so irrelevant to us, it's strange. Like, it really is just the strangest. Making it cost footsteps instead of gems when we have 11 gems off rip is a choice, to say the least. I guess I'll take the tomb. There's the most stuff going on with the tomb. Actually, it's worth going down right away. We unlocked dice that appear in this left pocket, if I recall. So I will use the steps on that. Yeah. And because we're down here, we might as well grab the coins. You never know, we might need them. We're probably not going to, but we might need them. We can start looking to actually solve a lot of the safes, which is just, strictly speaking, fantastic. 8 dates, craft 8 safes. And before we start in the house at all, we're gonna head over to the orchard and no, we assuming it is the apple orchard, we still need tools for that. We know the gate unlocked with if we include small gates, 8 dates crack 8 safes. So if that gate counts as a safe, a date did crack it. It's such an interesting play on words. But we started the today with a lot of resources, and that's great. It's always nice to get the breaker box, but there's so many vault puzzles as well. I don't know if we'll get another vault puzzle because we have gotten the sanctum key from here, right here. But these passports, we haven't done anything with them yet. But this is ID. It's interesting. The date of birth might crack a safe, but now I'm to assume safes are mostly going to be 4 numbers long, if I had to guess. Like, not a 6 number one. But J. Ribbon, Gray, Daniels, Samantha Hayes. Daniels Gray. Like, I wonder if there's more to unlock in this room. We're obviously still playing for the conservatory. It's just an amazing room. If we get the key card, we can come back for food here. We don't need the office to use the office. But if we had a date, we could input it here. And we get a bunch of books. I think one of them is highlighted a different color. If we find the book that's highlighted a different color, it might have a date in it that would lead to this safe, is my guess. I still want the conservatory more. I'm fine with the laboratory. We have one hallway, not two, so we can't actually double our keys yet. But there's a bunch of great experiments we can do. While drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, each time you unlock or bypass a security door. Let's do when you draft a hallway from another hallway, set your dice to 2. Now I'm gonna log into network out of curiosity, because it should remain connected for 30 days. Security is offline though. We can access one of these a day. We need to check electronic mail for laboratory and office. I don't know if we need to check office. Precautions. Lock it down, lock it all down. Baron Sinclair, as we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we will be sealing off the entrance to the Black Bridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures that we should be considering given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Randolph. Chef, don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive, and they are already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to the use of furnace in close proximity. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, and even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. Yeah? I wish spacebar just worked for this. Randolph. As I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday, I was making my famous black truffle pizza, and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Okay. Guess we'll order a magnifying glass. I don't know where this is delivered. Not bad. Ah, security, perfect. As always, gonna do the same setup we always do. With the keycard system, set security to low to start. And assuming we find the keycard or draft the utility closet, we will change that to the highest setting. And since we have it set for the powered off state, like, we can just use that right away. Den is completely fine. So is commissary though. Like, we have a lot of resources we want to spend today. Observatory, just get that going. 20 stars. Borealis, right. A locked door already is wild. Kind of really have to consider the guy's bedroom. Passageway isn't bad either, but it's also not of too much benefit. Because we're hoping to access the foundation overall anyways. Kinda just want this. Though our dice will get reset if we draft a hallway from an adjoining hallway. That's not a big deal. Billiard room will give us keys as a reward. 3 times 1 times 6. 18. Simple as that. -5 times 3. So -15 plus 18. 3 times 3, 9. Okay. -3. Because you don't square till you're there. -3 times 1 squared. Still 9. It's over key. Attic. Oh, but showroom though. With all our money, this is amazing. Like, I genuinely might as well purchase everything. I kinda wish the trophy appeared again after you purchase everything, even though it does nothing. Leads straight to the dining room, so we can just continue to the left here. Not bad at all. Hello, buddy. Workshop is fun. Sledgehammer. Really hoping for the magnifying glass eventually. We could just grab the utility closet here. Gives us access to the foundation. It's pretty good. And I love the spare veranda. But we'll find it again. It's set to common. Like, it's set to lower than common. Is that possible? Unsure. We don't have the master key, so we do probably return to security here. It's like, what, 3 steps? Whatever. Set it to high. Now we have access to the basement for the foundation. But I'm pretty tunnel visioned on the hint we got about the magnifying glass. I don't know how we would get burning glass alongside that, however. I'm assuming we have to do the chess puzzle again and swap it so to the night so we can get the actual torch, or we have to store and carry over the thing, the self-igniting torch and burning glass, or we have to store burning glass itself so we can get the magnifying glass the next day. Being able to rotate floor plans is so good. It's so good. There's windows at the top here now. Have I never drafted the library against a wall? Like, of the house? That's so cool, man. I love that. I love that a lot. Greenhouse, huh? There's nothing left in the gift shop. And if there is something in the greenhouse, we have not figured it out. the secret passage. It's like, we know there's a hidden door, and that's it. It's just the letters. It's great that we got a shovel here. This will guarantee unlock the doors and whatnot, which is cool. Also, I'm told the water here, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode or not, is what makes these flowers bloom. Though, in our case, we also got the observatory bonus today, so maybe not totally the case. Rotating floor plans is so good. It's so good. What would have ended our run just now for free is just turned. So this would be our second hallway. So now, ideally, we would double our keys. I don't hate the commissary. Lunchbox counts as food. Interesting. Probably gonna buy the keys and the banana. 3 keys, so 30 gold. Just don't know if we'll get a half off or not, so. Don't want the aquarium, it's actually just straight bait for right now. The bunk room would end our run. We don't want to draft that right away. Huh. Let's redraw a bit. Cloister's good here. Now we can go for the bunk room so we can double our keys from 5 to 10. Now it would be quite ideal. Which side do we want it on? Yeah, it doesn't necessarily matter. Because we have exactly 2 hallways. We're not going to get many chances like this, and keys are kind of important right now. This is crazy, by the way. Wow. All my redraws for that. Well, if I draft a passageway from here and then draft another hallway by some miracle, I'll gain 2 dice back, but that just defeats the purpose of trying to double our keys here. That's so sad. Man, I just wanted to do the cool thing. Totally fine with grabbing a spare veranda here. This connectivity's nice, though. I love how that looks. I don't need the silver key here. Observatory is fun. So is gymnasium. It's turned off. Yeah, but if I'm going observatory, I might as well turn it around. No, because I just cut off the entire right side with that. There's like no point in doing that. I already have access to the foundation. It's just better to send it this way. Now that we reached rank 8, food is served in the chamber. More gems to do nothing with, because we had money. Is this where I would? Yeah, I'm fine with silver key here. I wonder how this would work. Doesn't. Interesting. So we can no longer double our keys. That's just out entirely. We do like drafting a hallway from a hallway for dice, so we're gonna do that. I think aquarium is just a better draft. These doors are now unlocked. Patio again. That happens so often. I don't know what that symbol is. Oh, that's the door. That's on enter. It's not a crown. I'm so slow. Why is that so hard for me to visualize? Wild. So why can the patio not be rotated down? No, like, actually? I feel like this is a question worth asking. Is it because it has to include this? Not that I want the patio, it's just okay. I don't need the gems. Just kind of wanted this connectivity here. Weird. Because, like, visually, this is rotated, but it is the exact same as before. Like, on the actual art. Nothing changed there. Spare veranda, sure. Or, well, actual veranda. Kind of curious why there's a boat all the way up here. Key to the secret garden. Let's go. Also, walk-in closet guaranteed to give a gem back, apparently. So that's interesting. Yeah, right here. At least one gem in return. All the dig spots are done. Why were coins spread here? Ah, dead end was drafted. The walk-in closet. Yeah, that checks out. Ideally, we draft a hallway of some kind here to get dice set back up. Does this work? No. Checks out. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's our magnifying glass. So we want the aquarium to be commonplace. We don't want to see the solarium literally ever. And we are fine with the pantry. It's an okay room. I think it's like worthy of standard. I don't think we want it more than standard though. It's not an amazing room. Aquarium is almost always amazing. In conservatory, like, we're adjusting the rarity of things. We want rare things to stay rare. Like, I feel like we don't actually have interest in the solarium. I used to. I don't anymore. I have 2 dice, so I don't need more dice right now. Like, the bunk room doesn't actually do anything. We should be completely done with the clock tower. Maybe we can redo the puzzle, but I don't think there's a point in doing that. And the classroom is just we get an apple, so more steps. That's it. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Now, as for way back, this is right. Cool. Only way to continue outside of Foundation, yes. Courtyard is fine. These directions are actually kind of optimal for us, considering. There is so much in this room. Like, double veranda rocks, man. We got the actual key card. That's so pointless. But, like, what else is there to give us, right? Like, we've gotten plenty of items. Like, I don't think it can give us stuff like the wrench. I think wrench is a special item. I don't know all the ways to get it, but I've only gotten it once or twice. And they were not standard, like, just lying in the room. I mean, this would set my dice to 2, but they're already set to 2. The more important thing is it would remove tunnel from the pool today. Pretty sure there's nothing in this room, to be honest. But I am gonna double check it. Because we've drafted it before, it was just a straight shot of a tunnel. As far as I could tell, there's no secret doors, nothing that looks breakable. You know? Because how could there be, to be honest? It's a forced redraftable room. You're going to find this room again every time you walk through it. One of the stranger rooms, for sure. Probably just kitchen? Totally fine with spending more money here. If we have a trophy room, we don't. Chef Salad will reward us a bunch of steps, like absolutely bonkers. And we could have still waited on that. We're not using all these steps, by the way, I promise, but we don't have to worry about steps. Is the more important thing there. Did we turn water back on here? We did. I wanted this to be locked. That secret garden down. Now, everything spread from here because we got this room. We'll go to, what's it called? There are a bunch of apple trees here. But they said they see a pedestal. I guess you could call these pedestals. A forest, I see trees with apples in front of me, I see a pedestal, it looks like it's pointing west. There's no way this is a pedestal, it's clearly a weather vane. And we're on the east side, west is this way. But according to this, west is this way. Which is true. This is one of the more interesting rooms in the house, to be honest. The secret garden. There's just a blade of grass in the wall. Is there a tile here we can click on with a magnifying glass, maybe? Probably not. I do not think this is it, to be clear. Like, I think their hint refers to the apple orchard all the way outside the front of the estate. But there are apple trees here, as well as oranges. But they talked about it like it was a forest. This is very much not a forest. Yeah, it's literally an apple orchard with a bunch of apple trees. I have to assume that's it. I don't care about the antechamber. The question is, do I keep opening rooms, like heading down? And the answer is yes. That's what this connectivity is for. Could go hallway, could go pool. We don't need sauna pump room. Could just go secret passage and force, like, a green room, per se. Like, what's left for green rooms? Another cloister. Sure. But we've drafted a lot of green rooms. Same with shops. We've drafted a lot of shops. There is the gamble hall, though. But I'm gonna go green thumb. And this is grain and rain, by the way. Which, you know, it makes sense. And here's the hidden door we were talking about before. Back of the door says D-O or. Morning room. So we can have 2 verandas. This is clearly caused because of the fact that we used the secret passage. I don't think we can find this otherwise. That alone really makes me want to take it. But I'll go morning room, see if anything changed. I don't think it has. We haven't seen salt in a while. Two gems, gain an extra 2 tomorrow. Just glance over. A new clue, huh? All right. It's just a room that exists. I still don't see anything off with it. I kind of don't want to walk all the way back through my house. Like, it's a spiral of a house. I'd kind of just rather leave through the foundation if I can. Would you look at that? So this obviously is going to spread absolutely nothing. Which I'm still, again, quite okay with. Silver spoon stacks on top of salt for the doubling? That's insanity. That's utterly ludicrous. Can't help but notice how tall the grass is out here. It's not like that in other areas of the house. I swear it's not. Interesting. Also, these diamonds make me think of lighting things on fire. We could do funny exchanges. There's no point, though. I want to see if there's any purpose in drafting this room after the one time you complete this. You got a gem. You know what? Fair enough. Was our first red note in the shelter, actually? That'd be interesting to think. Trophy room, so we could get even more steps. Just even more steps for fun. Office, yeah. Yeah, I probably should. Because we were curious about this book. It really is just a bunch of grass at the far end of the estate. Huh. Yeah, March of the Count. This is the book we need to find the date of. March of the Count. Go back to Discord for that. Write it in my notes. Find dates for March of the Count. Reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be hearing or herring, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. And we can spread the coins. It doesn't do anything. It's just funny. It's just funny. But yeah, we could pop up the safe. We don't know anything about it yet. This is Chief and Chef. Chief, Chef. That's what this was. And that guarantees it's I. Chief, Chef, missing I. Yes. And we've now figured them all out. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. It's another full house. But yeah, we're gonna take the foundation down, get to the front of our house, do that stuff. I don't even know why I'm bothering digging. I really like digging. Like in this game. It just feels good getting more resources. Like, that's just 14 free steps for fun. Remember when we had 40? Take a sip of water. I swear we're zooming. Now we have the workshop. We can probably make burning glass. We've gotten plenty of items today, so I wouldn't doubt that we can. But we need the magnifying glass to inspect 3 lines or something. We need the metal detector to point us in the right direction to begin with. A lot of interesting stuff here. But I'm everything but positive that this is to do with the garden. I don't know if I need the microchips for this, because I know in the episode that these comments were left on, I was talking about the microchips. But I am positive of at least this garden. This garden had a date for cracking this code. It is nothing but apples. At the end, there is a pedestal that is pointing west. Apparently this is west. Not that we can see ourselves on the map to know that. Huh. So this is the new logbook or something. Huh. Let me go back to the hint. I'm in a forest. I see trees with apples. Then in front of me, I see a pedestal that looks like it's pointing west. Well, when this is in front of you, is it not pointing east? Doesn't matter. My tracker is beeping when my hand is pointing down. I see 3 rings. My tracker is beeping. So is the metal detector going to beep? Like, What am I looking for here? Apparently this is an amazing hint, and I don't doubt that. I'm just confused. Like, that's a moon. The shadow of that is, it's a moon with the dot, it is the symbol for the game. But is this also a wait for a specific time puzzle? I'm in a forest, I see trees with apples. I'm in a forest, I see trees with apples. Then in front of me, I see a pedestal. It looks like it's pointing west. Is there anything I can interact with, like, at all? What? My tracker is beeping when my hand is pointing down. Do I need to combine my items? I mean, I have the workshop. I'll try that at the very least. Pointing down, I see 3 rings, using my magnifying glass to look. That seem to go together, but after I'm done, I leave a scorch on 2 out of 3. I have no idea. Like that garden, the orchard? My best guess. Hands down. Not even a question. Huh. Pet the dog. We don't really need to dig up. Okay. Burning glass. I'm forced to assume this. I hope this isn't a mistake. Conveniently, that's made out of the metal detector. I don't actually have many items. Burning glass was the important one, I think. Because I see lines that look like they should be connected. And when I'm done, I leave a scorch on 2 out of 3. Like, this is quite cryptic. There was a tree here with a date on it. We would need the dark room to see the date again. but I doubt that date actually solves any specific safe. Can we light this? Not particularly. Oh. Oh. I'm in a forest. I see trees with apples, and then in front of me I see a pedestal. It looks like it's pointing west. My tracker is beeping when my hand is pointing down. I see 3 rings, and I light 2 out of 3. Did I already mess up? Did I already mess this up? Oh, I'm so stupid. Of course I messed it up. The entire point is just lining up the lines here. Like, it's not complicated. I don't know why the scorches matter, though. But we have the place to put the chips. I did brute force that. You actually saw me in the process of brute forcing it. It's a very simple method where you move one dial, move the other dial through every range of its options, and repeat until you are at a solution. And it's like I noticed the patterns on the dials while I was spinning them, but I didn't realize the simplistic importance of them. Mostly because I'm like, why did I scorch it then? Is that so it could move in the first place? But now we have somewhere to put the microchips, which is amazing. It's huge. That hint was great, honestly. Burning glass was correct, which, you know, fair enough. I'm glad I tried it. I don't understand the magnifying glass part, but I think that was just a hint towards building burning glass, which is entirely fair. I assumed it was going to be like the paper mache safe, where you have to inspect it before interacting with it, and that's what had me the most confused to begin with. I see. So now we can get information from off of the estate, right? The satellite dish has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. New experimental data packets can now be uploaded to the laboratory from Cinca, and inbound electronic mail and communications from offsite will no longer be blocked. Okay. I mean, yeah, man. Right? Let's go check out all of the computers we can. Like, maybe there's new options in the admin terminal, for example. I believe it was more R. I can't remember his name. If it's not more R, I'm gonna have to try a few things, but that's okay. It was more R. Okay. Admin logs. This doesn't matter. Data files. This doesn't matter. Network settings. How long a computer terminal stays connected to the network without disconnecting from the server? 1 month is just long, which is good. We turned all these on. Check connection offsite, operational, inbound and outbound permissions, and offsite communications with Synca are fully functional. Okay. Now, it said it was added to the campsite. Uploaded to the laboratory from Synca, and inbound electronic mail communications from offsite, like staff announcements, will no longer be blocked. Okay, so we're going to our laboratory in the corner. That's a very easy spot to reach. I gotta say, thanks again for that hint. That hint was great. That was very fun to discover. I wonder how I would have found that in-game on my own, though. Like, I am actually, like, so curious now. Obviously, we skipped on the trophy room, because, yes, we totally need 60 more steps. I'm completely fine with 40. And it's going to get salted up, so we're actually going to get 42. Yeah, man. Needed. Needed. Of course. Hit me with a network login. Swan song. Data transfers. Available data packets. Advanced experiments, a collection of lab experiments designed for experienced technicians. Eight new experimental triggers and effects. Okay. Each time you draft an upgraded floor plan, each time you access a different terminal today, the first time you enter each room on rank 9, for each room you draft in the next 40 seconds, for each room with a fireplace you draft, the next 10 times you view your map, lose 10 steps, and then each time you pull a different antechamber lever, each time you draft a tomorrow room, lower the reservoir by 1. Stock your pantry with fruits. Unseal one of the antechamber doors. Permanently increase your lock-picking skill. That's crazy. Gain a random item, then set your keys to 0. Remove a crate from the tunnel. We can remove the crates. This is how you do it. Gain 1 key for each 30 steps you have. Lose half your steps, then gain 4 ivory die. All right. I mean, yeah. Staff services, staff announcements. I don't think anyone else has access to the network this month except you, Simon. So if you're reading this, just know we're all rooting for you, your friends in faithful service. Hey, Simon. How was your first day on the estate? Hopefully you're not having too much trouble drafting rooms. It can be a bit overwhelming. I'm normally in charge of drafting the rooms. For today, each morning, so I know how it goes. For the day each morning, yeah. Just to let everyone know, the estate has been cut off from outside communications, Sinclair's instructions, so I don't think Simon's going to be seeing anything posted here for the time being. Had to take a sip of water. Throat's getting quite dry. A lot of reading this episode. And I'm guessing that means the electronic mail accounts are disabled as well. Yes, he should only be able to access data currently on the system, so if he does figure out the network password, he should be able to read any emails that were on the system on November 6th, as that is when the satellite communications were shut down. Is anyone getting anxious? Does anyone have updates on Simon's progress? No real word on his progress yet, but it's very hard to say without access to the network from here. I'm monitoring a few things from the offices in Synca, but it doesn't really paint a picture of what's happening over there. Your guess is as good as mine. It's been a month now. Does anyone know when we are expected to return to work? I know we don't have much information at the time of what's happening on the estate, but my sister is planning a trip in a week, and it'd be nice to know if this indefinite leave has any expected end date. Thanks for checking in. It's a bit complicated, but the short answer is no. We don't really know when we'll be going back to work. So by all means, take that trip and have fun. These indefinite furloughs only happen once in a career. Yes, and I'd like to add that even if Simon has found room 46, he will very likely want some additional time alone on the estate to adjust before he summons us back to resume work. If I were placing bets, I would say it's going to be at least another month, maybe longer. Merry Christmas, Simon. Or as her ladyship used to call your mother, Merry Christmas. Huh. We wanted to let you know that we've left some presents for you in the boudoir today. Hopefully, next year, we'll be able to celebrate this day together. Your friends in faithful service. The future is looking up, and we're all looking forward to getting back to work. Happy New Year, Simon. A few nights ago, I saw Florealis in the sky, which is incredibly auspicious since tomorrow marks the beginning of Morajai's winter harvest and the celebration of the third paragon Rhina. The farmers of Morajai always refer to the angels by their natural order, a preference Herbert adopted in his final years after his trip there. If my records are accurate, then today is your birthday. I left a cupcake for you in the kitchen while I was setting it up this morning. It's not much, but I hope you like it. Many happy returns, and I hope today is a success for you. The 28th. Okay. 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 So we only have one terminal we don't have online. So we can connect to it like this. Log into network, Swan Song. Electronic mail. See, that's for the laboratory still. So we need to log into the network from those terminals. Like the office, for example, way up here. Or security here. I think we've looked at security already, but I'll just double check that. The security camera suspension, yeah. Holy text. Yep. Did read that. And if we read that, we've read all of these. No data packets available for this one, the data transfer. Okay, so we need to get to the office. We don't have an easy way there besides the foundation, so we'll do that. But the laboratory now has the capability to remove boxes. And I know the boxes it's talking about. I'll show it on our way to the foundation. Because the office is the last room for us to check. These. We can remove these. That's what's going to happen in the laboratory experiments. Now. It's probably going to be a while before we clear that out, but that's just another goal to add to us, which is amazing. We've been needing goals lately, if you couldn't tell. All right, now we head up. And we're probably reaching the end of the episode here, but what an episode it's been, honestly. I still absolutely love the hint we got. Offices through the boudoir. Here we go. Let's see if we have any data packets here. Nope. Electronic mail? Ah, okay. Just to let you know, a few of the staff have a habit of using the staff announcement board that is located on the network under staff services. You may notice new announcements from time to time. This is convenient, as most of the staff who are interested have access to the public terminal in Cinco, while very few, like Randolph and myself, have electronic mail capabilities. Dear Simon P. Jones, my full name, we, the undersigned, would like to inform you, as the contingent heir of Mount Holly, that while you are exploring the estate, the staff have been placed on indefinite paid leave. You have the full right and privilege to spend as much time on the estate as you deem fit without the interruption and supervision of the staff. It is entirely at your discretion to decide when and if the staff are to return to their duties. Okay. Sir, you have not left me any instructions for the following week, and you know how much I hate leaving critical plans up to the last minute. As soon as you decide on definite plans for the holidays, please pass a message to me, either through Hartley, who is valeting for you this weekend, or, if you absolutely insist, through this confounded electronic typewriter. Gabe, yes, that is the correct functionality. Also, when you are out here next week, please test the correct sequence is off, blue, green, white, red, purple. Thanks for the due diligence on this project. H.S. Sinclair. We just wanted to let you know that the changes you requested to your will have been implemented and notarized. If your premonition, God forbid, should bear fruit, rest assured that your plans will be executed down to the last detail. And lastly, fuse box repair. The VAC indicator lights installed per instructions have been turned on. However, it should be noted that the white indicator is only displayed after syncing all indicators to purple. If this is not the desired functionality, let us know, and we will fix it in our regular service visit next week. So this was the desired functionality, is what that said. It'd be pretty hard to discover this early on, so I don't understand why the fuse box is important all of a sudden. I'm gonna screenshot it, just in case this is a different order than what we already knew. Yeah. There shouldn't be any different announcements. Yeah. Okay. Now, we could think about going back to the conference room and grabbing everything. We could think about going to the tomb and, again, grabbing everything. But this isn't of much benefit, if any. We're going to keep 2 items, so if we draft Lost and Found, we could try and trim down our item pool here to a much smaller variety, but we don't have to. And we didn't do Lost and Found, of course. Huh. Where is our utility box? Because we did end up drafting it, right? It's near the start, so we want to take the foundation back to the entrance. I'm gonna go relearn the utility box to set it up to the correct sequence and see if anything's changed. I highly doubt it. Have we done the observatory on rank 8? Observatory. We definitely did, right? Yeah. So we have no new blue notes. We didn't set it up that way because we weren't thinking about it actively, which, you know, consequence of me being a little slow. Ones I'm most curious about: classroom, office, of course, basic ones. We've done the conference room. Storeroom would be cool. Utility closets on rank 8 would be cool because it's probably stored behind the solved breaker box. There's a lot of things that we can look into. But I'm probably gonna go to the breaker box and pause the video recording there until I've solved it again. Just to see if anything's changed now that we have the exact order. I mean, we've had the exact order before is the problem. And it does seem to be what I remember it being. Always toss a coin in the well. Alright. So I'm gonna mark this in Discord as a pause. 106. Okay. So we are back at 108. Or 109 about. Return. We've already flipped this down a while ago. But this is definitely where the blue note is going to be hidden, right? Like, surely? And this wasn't too hard to solve for the back indicators. We already had the colors before. The hard part is getting to white. You learn that, I believe it was clicking on red while blue is adjacent to it will turn it purple. And then you can just go from there. Left to right. It's a pretty easy solve overall. But we did this a while ago. It lifted this and gave us, allowance token. Like, this was a one-time thing, of course. One of the first secrets we've done in this game. And it's just so cool because it's the other half of the utility closet. Like, you're not supposed to be back here, but you just can. It's so well hidden, though. Like, you cannot tell. I love this puzzle. But yeah, that's gonna do it here today. I think we're just at the end here. We got the satellite dish. We used it to immediately get laboratory, and now we want to do more experiments, and that's a main goal of ours. Hell yeah. We didn't draft the study, so we don't actually have the queen today, so there's no point in even bothering checking that. So I'm going to call it here. As always, if you liked the video, leave a like. It helps out a ton. Thanks again for that comments if you're watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all. Archaeological Shopping Center.